Okay.
Can you imagine that crew being quiet, Tammy?
No, it would be possible. All right. Okay, will you be quiet for 1 second? Okay. So Pappy, you were here from the very beginning days with the, I guess, OSTFL at the time. So tell us about the beginning stages, who was involved, and how it all became 53 years today.
Well, 53 years, we go back to 1963. It wasn't called the Ottawa Senior Touch Football League. It was called the Ottawa Minto Touch Football League. It was done with the construction. The Minto Construction set up a touch football league among their own areas. Parkwood Hill, Parkway Park, Bayshore. That was it. That was three areas, and it was the Bayshore Rams, Bayshore Bears, Parkway Park Panthers, and Parkwood Hill Lions. That's how it started. That's how the league started.
Well done, Pat.
Yeah, Eden Windisch was the president at the time. And afterward, the league sort of expanded in 67. I started, by the way, in 64. A year later. I didn't start in 63. I was playing tackle when the league was playing 63. So Eden Windisch came and asked me if I could play touch because he was short of players. So I said to him, I said, touch football, that sounds sissy to me. I didn't want to play. I said, in those days, touch meant touch, eh? And it's too timid.
Yeah.
So he said, come out and play, you'll see it's not timid. So I went and played touch. I started with the Bayshore Bear, and then no practice. Got into a game with them, and first pass that came in, I was playing deep left. First pass that came into my area was going to this guy named Dom Herrick. Bless his soul. Dom was one of the best, Dom Herrick. I went up, I said, this is an easy pick. So I went up to try to intercept the ball, and all of a sudden, I'm right on my ass. Dom Herrick gave me a shoulder and then just took the ball away from me and took off for a touchdown. I said, this is not touch. This is tough. So after that, I said, these guys mean business. So from there on, I played that year with Bayshore Bear. I played with Parkwood Hill Lions, and then Parkwood Hill Packers, and then Parkway Panthers, 3 other teams. So from there on, I started in 67. Then I started my Alouettes, Delicate Alouettes. Jack was a good friend of mine. He sponsored us. And then this is where we started our training camp at Shillington Park. And this is where I discovered this guy. I was looking for good talent. And I discovered this guy playing on the other side of the field. And I called him over and said, you got pretty good hands. And he says, what's your name? He says, Ed Laverty. Oh, Ed Laverty. He said, come on and play with us, Ed. So Eddie was great. His hands are phenomenal. And he's great great speed. I said, who did you play for? Oh, he says, I played for Richmond High School, Rita High School. Rita High School. Oh, I said, well, that's great. We want those tackle players. We'll make touch players out of them. So he played for us. Well, when Eddie played for us, those years that he played from 67 to 73, because 73 he started for Simmons Bomber, I think. So Eddie was our status, he was the shortest player in the team, but he was the best player in the team. He was playing deep middle, I was playing deep left, and Terry Bell was playing deep right.
Oh, yeah, Terry Bell.
Eddie Laverty set a record in defense. Nobody knows it today because they don't have it on record. They should have it on record. We were playing this team in the first half. I'm not going to tell you their name because I don't want to insult them. They had a pocket quarterback, and we had a fast rusher, Timmy Bangs, and we were playing 3 sets of defense, 3-3 defense, umbrella defense, and man-to-man. And we've held this team a full half without a completion. And Eddie was the defensive coordinator. He knew how to call a defense.
Yeah, by then he was taking over the defense, eh?
Yeah, he snuck in the man-to-man what they never knew was there. And we are our umbrella. We had 3 picks that game. Eddie got 1, I got 1, and Terry Belville. No wonder we had 3 picks in the first half. They already had the ball. So it exists. So Brian Donovan's sitting beside me, another great football player. I'm happy to have you, Brian.
Thank you, Pat.
Brian joined our team in 73, I believe, Brian? 1 year? Or 72?
No, I started actually in 68.
68?
Yeah. You brought me over from a lot of the baseball teams we were playing.
And you played 68, 69, 70?
68, 69, and then skipped in there another year. then you had me come back around 72.
Yeah.
And then in 73 was the golden year when we went to Canadian Championships.
Yeah,
But
that's right.
1968 is the first year I met Pappy and of course Eddie. And between the two of them, not only were they great football players, but they were great organizers as well. And Pappy started Valley Cat Alouettes, and him and Eddie became instrumental in getting the intermediate league off the ground, and so on and so forth. But a lot of fun years with those Valley Cat Alouettes, and the '73 culminated in getting to the the national championships, the first championship ever.
Yeah, that was the very first
For
championship
across
ever
the
in
country.
Canada. We were in there
And
against
go ahead, Pat.
Burlington Spartan with one of the greatest quarterback in the city. They beat us by 25-21, but we were on the 1 yard line.
1
couldn't
yard
get in.
line.
One down to go.
Yeah.
One play to go.
1 yard line, and we couldn't get in, but
Oh, that was nice.
that's how close we were to the championship.
Yeah.
And then after that, like you said, Pap, Eddie formed his own team. Pappy had his
Yeah.
team. Kept Valley Cat Alouettes. Donnie Belcher went another way.
Yeah, Donnie, and Eddie went their own way. Split my team in three. I only had 5 players left, but it developed 2 other teams, which all over the years there's always 4 or 5 players that always escaped from us. Just set up other teams, which was good for the
Well,
league.
yeah, you got them all.
We were good at scouting anyway. We used to scout all the time. We brought in new players. I think we have the record for the top rookies in the league. 1 more top rookies in the entire league. Quite a few of them. But you know what brings me to mind too, talking about Eddie, is that I know everybody says he got married on his wedding. Eddie Laverty, he played. That's the game he played for me. He was playing for me at that year, and we didn't know Eddie was getting married. But Eddie was going to play. I said, Eddie, you're playing? He said, sure, I'm playing. I said, let's play football. So the wedding's on. The wedding's going to be on. So we're playing. We're at the second half. And then we see these guys on the sideline all dressed up in suits. And they say, hey, are you coming? You're late. I said, what are you going to do? Are you going to go? We're tied. We're almost tied. Well, a point different. And he said, I'm not going to finish this game. I said, you better go tell those guys that to go back and you'll meet them after. The guys were in hell.
Dedication.
We finished the old game. We finished the entire football game, and we won that game, and Eddie was a big player, and he didn't want to leave.
Yeah. And Trudy waited. Trudy
He was our
waited.
top scorer. You were waiting of course, at the church, eh? I mean, your wife, your mother was waiting at the church.
Yes.
Your mother, Trudy, was waiting
Yeah,
at the church.
yeah.
So all in all, fell out that Eddie left the game, and I guess he got there. I don't know if he got there on time, but he was happy. Like
Oh,
we
yeah,
won the
it's
game.
a famous story.
So you see,
But Eddie.
Eddie likes football a lot.
Yeah.
I love football a lot, but I debate who loves it more. Now he did it on his wedding day. The unfortunate thing for me, my wedding day was not on a game day, so I can't.
You can't put it to a
I
test.
can't put it to a test.
Yeah, but you probably would have done the same.
I think I probably would have done the same, knowing me.
Yeah.
So, Brian, there's so many things to say about Eddie too. Eddie was a top scorer on our team numerous times. Top scorer of the league, top defense of the league.
Yeah.
Carried our team very well on offense. Played great defense. And I always remember the time that Eddie and I and Terry Belva, we were very young and agile and quick. We used to play defense together. And a lot of time we were colliding for a ball that came into the seam. And I remember Eddie saying, hey guys, if we collide, that means we're playing the ball. And let's keep it up. Collide with each other. So that was good strategy. So he was a tough guy. And another thing I remember, one day, Truly and Rita, my wife Rita, they told us one time, we were in our 60s then, and we had to leave the because we had to go practice football, and they didn't like it. And I remember Rita and Trudy saying, you guys are probably playing football in your 70s, the way you are. They were right. Eddie and I would play in our 70s. We reached 70 years old. I always look back at that time, so I'm going to play my 70s. But they were right.
Well, football's in your blood and Eddie's blood.
Yeah.
You can see that.
So you guys heard, obviously, back in 2014 that my dad was finally inducted in the Ottawa Sports Hall of Fame. So what was your thoughts on that, and do you think that was deserved, and you're happy to hear that?
I think Eddie deserves that to the most. That man worked so hard for the league. When the league started, there was only one division, senior division.
Yep.
And then came to 3 senior division. And then after that, Eddie composed a large league of senior A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and then did all the women's division as well. Then it went into a school, started started then to play touch football. I mean, what can we do for
And
society?
even prior to the seniors and all those levels, Eddie had a lot to do with, as you did, starting that mutual league.
Yeah,
There was no any seniors,
yeah.
and there was no intermediate.
Yeah, that
So-
mutual league, then there was no, Sean Monahan and myself, what we did, how the mutual league started, how intermediate league really started, is in 73, 72, I think 72.
72.
We had so many cuts, Valchella had so many cuts, some of those young guys didn't still want to play. So Sean Monahan comes to me and he said, well, look, I'm working, he was working at Renlex Tool, you know, the rental tool? He says, I got a sponsor that'll sponsor a team, do you want to make another team? I said, well, we'll make another league. I think, Brian, you're playing another
Well, I put my own team in.
Yeah, TT, Toronto Mill.
Well, that was in 73. In 72, it was
Yeah.
just
You put your own team.
Ogilvy Park.
Yeah.
My buddy
There was
Jerry
another
over
team,
here
we
with
made 14
four
that year.
teams out of that. But you
Yeah.
and Eddie had a lot to do. Well, you formulated, but Eddie, then he took a lot of the bull by the horns.
No, what happened here is we ran the league for 3 years, and then Eddie said, "Whoop, I'm going to make my own intermediate league." And he said, "Pappy, do you want to merge?" I said, "Sure, we'll merge." So as soon as we merged with Eddie, our division moved with Eddie, played there, so he had one intermediate league, and then from there on, he just spread it out.
Yeah.
Tons of intermediate
yeah.
team, and it was the best thing to do.
Oh yeah,
You know?
and so absolutely deserves all those accolades Eddie does for expanding football to such a level in the city that all thousands have been able to enjoy.
And not
as a
only
result.
multiple divisions, but also founded touch football for women, essentially.
Well,
Would you agree?
absolutely.
That's another thing.
Part of the thousands that have enjoyed the game,
Another-
men and women.
And another thing that Eddie did, which is a great thing, was to invent the Super Snow Bowl Saturday, which is played on Saturday every Saturday before the main American Super Bowl game, which is on the Sunday.
Oh yeah.
So we had to play that. Brian, you played
Super
that
Bowl
too.
Saturday.
This
Yeah.
bowl this was a tough team to win. Open tournament, the intermediate team sometimes would play the senior. We were playing intermediate.